Hello viewers, and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review. Today I'm reviewing The Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve, which is a completely missing episode. It's written by John Lucarotti with Donald Tosh, starring William Hartnell as the Doctor and Peter Purvis as Stephen Taylor. So this is a completely missing story that ran between the 5th to the 26th of February 1966, and it's a 4-part story. Part 1 being War of God, Part 2 The Sea Beggar, Part 3 Priest of Death, and Part 4 Bell of Doom. So, what to say about the massacre, following from the Daleks' master plan? Because I knew that any story that were going to come straight after this wouldn't be as good as the Daleks' master plan, because that was a great episode. But the massacre, it's another historical episode set in France, 1572, and yeah, it's a bit of a downer from the Daleks' master plan, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's good. I wouldn't mind it being found. It'd be great if it were found, but you know, it's all right. So the basic plot is that the Doctor and Stephen have landed Paris in France, 1572, and basically they've kind of gone out to explore, and the Doctor's then realised kind of what sort of era it is and wants to see Preslin, and Preslin's not there, but then he is, because he's trying to keep cover, really. So he goes there, and we don't really see him again, really, the Doctor, in the first part, and Stephen's been left all alone in the tavern, because the Doctor's told him to. And yeah, he's getting a bit, you know, a bit worried to see where the Doctor is, because he's waited all night, he's waited through to the morning, and he can't find the Doctor anywhere. And then we realise in part 2 that a guy that looks like the Abbot of Amboise is the Doctor. So that's the kind of plot, really. Stephen's trying to look for the Doctor and for them to escape, because everything's gone wrong. I did read up on this story after I watched it, because the Doctor weren't present in part 2, and that was because William Hartnell was on holiday in real life, so he couldn't film the second part. But in part 2, that was quite a part 2 and 3 were kind of not as interesting as parts 1 and 4, but you know, they're watchable. You know, you had Stephen and the girl Anne that he meets, who he's trying to protect at the same time, and Stephen's just trying to find the Doctor, and he can't get over a guy who looks just like him, and he's trying to convince like the people around him, like Nicholas and a few others, I can't remember the names, that the guy Abbot of Amboise is the Doctor, and nobody believes him. And then as we go through to part 3, the Abbot of Amboise is killed and found outside the Abbot, and obviously Stephen goes over and believes that's the Doctor. The Doctor's dead, someone's killed him, and yeah, I thought that was quite an interesting take, really, because normal historical episodes that we've seen with the William Hartnell era is that the companions are kidnapped or in prison, and the Doctor's trying to get them out through doing stuff. But this was different, because this was like Stephen's on his own, and he's trying to find the Doctor, and he's trying to protect Anne from the guards getting her, and from anyone taking her away and her getting killed. And obviously it ends up that the Doctor isn't in disguise like Stephen originally thought, and the Doctor suddenly appears out of nowhere, and he tells Anne to go off, because he's realised that it's 1572 and the massacre is about to happen in the centre of Paris. And as he explains to Stephen at the end of the story, that he had to let Anne go because history has to run its course. You can't change fixed points in time. The Doctor probably knew that Anne was probably going to die, because as he explained to Stephen, around 10,000 people died in Paris that day because of the massacre. And it were a very powerful scene when Stephen walked out, because he couldn't believe that, he thought the Doctor had kind of killed Anne for that, but the Doctor's innocent because he's trying to run history, make history run its course, because any change in that, then obviously that changes the future of not just France, the planet. So I thought that was a powerful scene at the end when Stephen walks out and the Doctor on his own, and you were thinking about the people who's travelled with him, and he's noticed that everyone who he's been with has not wanted to go back to their own lives, but when it comes to other times on planet Earth and history, they've kind of never grasped the concept of fixed points and time cannot be rewritten. And it were a very powerful, heartfelt speech that William Hartnell, did. I was very impressed with that scene. One of the best Hartnell scenes of all time, because you could, I don't know what it was, but you could just really tell that he was putting his heart and putting such an impactful performance. I wish we did have the surviving episode to see that, the way his physical acting was. But I kind of laughed when he was going through the names of his past companions, when he said Chesterton. He said Chesterton or something, and he corrected himself, and I thought that's quite emotional in itself, because he always did that. But then we get Dodo coming into the TARDIS, and Dorothy a chaplet, and Stephen's like, "Oh, who are you? The police are coming, let's take off. Who are you?" And the chaplet name, and he's like, "Ooh." So yeah, that's the episode basically. So as a full story, as a 4-part story, the Massacre is average, because it was a very basic plot, and it was very difficult to follow the Daleks' master plan. So yeah, it's probably the last decent historical episode for a while, because I know I've seen the Gunfighters, I've heard that the Highlanders is not that good. I've still got to watch that. But yeah, alright. So not bad episode. So yeah, my next review will be the Celestial Toymaker, which is the next missing episode after the Ark. And I'm looking forward to that one with the Toymaker. I think episode 4's the only surviving episode of that. I can't wait to watch it. And yeah, stick around for that review. Please comment what your opinions are of the Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you really don't like it. And yeah, make sure you comment, like and subscribe for more videos. Bye.